Good morning. I will now call the June 4th meeting of the Educational Professional Standards Board Waiver Committee to order. I'm joined this morning by fellow committee member Eli Edwards. We have 8 waivers to review and formulate a recommendation to present to the full board. The waivers will be presented by Sharon Salzman and Brandon Herron. So Sharon, if you want to get us started with 16 KAR 2020.
All right, this one is a occupation-based career and technical education degree requirement for Bruce Allen. So OCTE is the one that has submitted this waiver. He is certified to teach and currently holds a professional rank 2 business and marketing certificate, as well as a 1-year provisional certificate for teaching occupation-based aviation. Mr. Allen currently holds a professional license as a Federal Aviation Administration ground instructor and pilot. And OCTE believes these licenses, along with his master's degree in education, exceed the requirement of an associate degree in the content of area of aviation. If I can talk today. They are requesting that the EPSB waive the requirement of an associate degree in the occupation-based content area for Mr. Allen and issue the 5-year professional certificate for teaching occupation-based aviation.
History on the precedents or anything? We're good.
No, not really. We don't see a whole lot of the waivers from OCTE. If they are an occupation-based waiver, then it has to be supported by that office before the board has taken action against them or in favor of it either way. And with this, you do have the support of OCTE. He does have above an associate's just in another area, as well as the licenses in the occupation area.
Almost to approve the waiver.
I'll second. Okay, for the next one?
Yes.
All right. This is another OCTE renewal requirement. They're requesting to allow an additional 1-year professional certificate renewal due to the candidate's extenuating circumstances. Candidate was diagnosed with cancer and then his daughter was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. This waiver will allow him to complete his degree and go to the 5-year professional certification when he renews in 2025. He is currently enrolled in the BCTC and working towards his associate's degree. Once his credits for prior learning are applied, he'll need 15 hours. OCTE is requesting that the EPSB waive the renewal requirement for the candidate and issue the 1-year provisional certificate.
Motion to approve the waiver.
Second.
This one is C, and this one is to waive emergency certificate requirements for Garrett County. They have been unsuccessful in finding qualified teachers for one of its 2 Spanish positions for 5 years now. The district has posted the position multiple times in the last 12 months and attended multiple job fairs. The school has had 0 applicants. The current emergency certified teacher has attempted to pass the practice but has been unsuccessful due to test anxiety. While offering Spanish, students will not be able to fulfill their college requirements. The district is requesting that the EPSB waive the number of years an emergency certificate can be offered and issue a 3rd emergency certificate for this candidate.
We've done that before.
Yes.
We've done that before.
And it's just a 1-year thing, right?
It is allowing 1 more. So up until this year, the last few years during the pandemic, we saw the waiver of the number of emergencies that can be issued. That also came from the General Assembly in non-codified language. They did not do that this year. And so far, the board has only approved in regulation the 2 issuances unless it meets that other caveat for a 3rd. But there is precedent to allow this.
Motion to approve the waiver.
Second.
We're on to, I think this one is D. And this one is another emergency certificate requirements. This one's for Owen County. They've been unsuccessful in finding qualified teachers, again, for Spanish. The school went 6 years without a certified teacher because they had 0 applicants. Their only course of action was to offer the course through an online platform. The platform did not allow for the conversational aspect of the curriculum. Candidate is in a program out of state that does not qualify them for an option 6 program. The candidate is also a native Spanish speaker. So the district is requesting that the EPSB waive the number of years an emergency certificate can be offered and issue a 3rd emergency.
Now, so this one, will they ever get the The certificate,
They're in a program, out-of-state program.
did it say it doesn't,
Doesn't do option 6.
but it will count once they graduate?
Yes.
Okay. Motion to approve the waiver.
Second.
This one is a request to waive reissuance requirements for Madeline Blue. She is requesting the reissuance of her professional certificate for elementary education, which expired in 2020. In lieu of the 6 graduate hours, Ms. Blue notes that she has been teaching in a private school for 19 years. In 2023, she took a 50-hour class, which was the Science of Reading Orton Gillingham course. Ms. Blue is requesting that EPSB waive the required coursework and reissue her professional certificate for elementary education.
This is the first set.
So with this one, this individual actually would have been able to keep her certificate continuously had she applied for a renewal at that time. But where she was in a private school, that doesn't always register and come to mind. So I don't know that the board has specifically seen this waiver before, but you have allowed these individuals to continue to maintain a certificate, and she has had continuous teaching experience.
Motion to approve the waiver.
Second. And I'll just say for the record, I think the Orton Gilliam, the content and the practices that are in that align very well with the current requirements for reading. So makes sense.
Next one is similar, is for Tiffany Coverdale. She previously held a professional certificate for teaching music, all grades. That certificate expired in 2006. And Ms. Cloverdale has submitted this waiver to request a reissuance of her professional certificate. She's been teaching in a private school for 19 years, but has a total of 22 years of teaching experience. Ms. Coverdale is requesting the EPSB waive the required coursework and reissue a professional certificate for music education.
What was she teaching in the private school? Music?
Music.
Motion to approve the waiver.
Second.
My last one is the 10-year recency requirement for Angel Hamilton. She submitted a request to waive the 10-year test recency requirement. She took the middle school English language arts in February 2014, then decided to take off to stay home to take care of her children. Her husband traveled, so she was pretty much the only caregiver for the kids at the time. Ms. Hamilton is asking the EPSB to allow her previous English language arts praxis 2 score to qualify for issuance of the certificate, though it is more than 10 years old.
By like 3 months, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Motion to approve the waiver.
Second. Very good. Hey, Brandon, you want to move us into KAR 5040?
This one is submitted by Transylvania University on behalf of a student that had a medical emergency. They're asking to waive a portion of their student teaching days. While attending the completion of their program in 7 days that are required for student teaching, a student received a diagnosis and a condition that forced her to be absent for about 5 days to get the diagnosis and treatment. Transylvania has submitted documentation that shows a doctor note for the diagnosis. They've also submitted letters of support from the university supervisor, the university, and her cooperating teacher, all about how excellent the student did. They noted that based on her performance and dedication to the teaching profession, I have no doubt that she will continue to make a significant contribution to the field of education. They also highlighted that she received the prestigious Transylvania University Education Award for her outstanding scholarship service in classroom teaching. So they're requesting that 5 days of her student teaching be waived due to that medical emergency.
We done in the past, we said yes to this.
Motion to approve the waiver.
Second. Thank you all. I bring this meeting to a close. Are you good with that?
Yeah.
We're good with